What's what's up, guys? So it's Obishimi and I'm back now. Today I will be talking about a rematch between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. We all know how the fight went down. We all know the results. The result is Tyson Fury is your new WBC World Heavyweight Champion. And we're also going to talk about how the fight went down. And we're going to talk about something interesting. Donald Trump, the American president, has offered. This is a rumor. Donald Trump, who is the American president, has offered Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder a White House request to come to the White House. We'll talk about that as well because that is very interesting. Honestly, interesting to me. Also, we're gonna talk about my predictions and how I think what's next for both fighters, and we'll do a Q&A. We'll do a Q&A at the end after I've done all of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. After I talk about all of Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder match, and what we talked about, what I needed to talk about. So let's get on with it. We know how the fight went down. First round, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Let's be honest. Throughout the whole entire fight, Tyson Fury absolutely destroyed Deontay Wilder. He destroyed Deontay Wilder. Throughout the fight, Deontay Wilder got absolutely punished. And I'm going to talk about why I think Wilder looked dreadful throughout the whole fight. In the first round, maybe in the first round, Wilder did okay, but he didn't do great. But in the second round, Fury hit that one punch that wobbled Wilder throughout in the second round, and then Wilder got wobbled. Deontay Wilder was off balance. So that's when that punch hit Wilder, he just was off balance. And once he was off balance, throughout the rest of the fight, he got punished. And Tyson Fury did get hit as well, but he managed to stay on balance. Deontay Wilder couldn't. Deontay Wilder just couldn't stay on balance. So that's what happened. And also, this is my opinion. If there wasn't too much hugging in the fight, and if the referee, who was pretty much annoying, can someone please tell me why whoever hired the referee, why did the referee get hired in the first place? But I'm here to talk about why. I'm here to talk about what would have happened if there wasn't too much hugging, and if there wasn't too much hugging, and if the referee didn't get in the way too many times. I reckon Tyson Fury would have knocked Deontay Wilder out a few rounds earlier. He would have knocked him out possibly round 3, round 4. He would have knocked him out, but he knocked him out in round 7 because of the ref, that's why. But at the end of the day, he's still a knockout. I wanted Tyson Fury to win. I'm going to be honest. Before the fight, I wanted Tyson Fury to win. I was backing Tyson Fury. I don't know about any of you, some of you, but while I was backing Fury, when Wilder got knocked down, I got happy. And then when I got really happy, and then when Wilder got knocked down, I got really happy. And also, after Wilder got knocked out a couple of times, I absolutely knew that Tyson Fury would win the fight after Wilder got knocked down. I knew Tyson Fury would win by knockout. And the reason, now, I know I might be wrong because I'm not part of Tyson Fury's training camp, but I reckon the reason why Tyson Fury was going for a knockout and got a knocked out victory was because Deontay Wilder is a hard puncher, and obviously boxing is a corrupt sport, which I've mentioned loads of times in the past. The reason that we was going for knockouts is because he didn't want it to go lead to decisions. I reckon he just wanted a knockout victory, and that's it. That's what I think. I might be wrong, I might be right, I don't know. That's how I think I went down. Just like I said, Deontay Wilder got destroyed throughout the entire fight. Absolutely destroyed. One sec. So yeah, Wilder just got destroyed. No need to repeat myself again. Now let's talk about what's next for both fighters. Tyson Fury is your new heavyweight king. Fury has teased a possible Anthony Joshua match. Will it happen? Hope so. I hope that match happens. Battle of two British heavyweights. But if that happens, I think Fury's gonna win that as well. Tyson Fury is the king of the all heavyweights. He took that crown. In my opinion, this rematch that happened between both Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder was determined who would take that heavyweight crown and who would be the new heavyweight king, the number one heavyweight, who would take that crown. And the answer was Tyson Fury. Now, 2017, I mentioned, who would it be? Would it be Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder? Well, we got an answer last night, and the answer was Tyson Fury. Now, let's talk about what's next, as I've talked enough about the fight. Tyson Fury is going to face Anthony Joshua, teased Anthony Joshua match. I think Joshua match. I don't want to say this, but I might be wrong, I might be right, I don't know. But I think Fury is going to have a couple warm-up fights. Few warm-up fights, then he will face Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder, on the other hand, I don't know. He might target a rematch between Fury, which I hope does not happen. We don't need to see a third match between Fury and Wilder. 2 matches are enough. Fury's a winner. So that's what. Anyways, Fury facing Joshua is gonna happen. It is gonna happen next year. But Fury is gonna have a couple of title defenses first. Maybe against Dylan White, maybe against whoever. Dylan White has been going for that title for a long time. I think Dylan White's ready. Dylan White should be going against the WBC heavyweight title. Heavyweight right now. Some people might not believe me, but heavyweight is doing alright. It's not doing bad actually. You've got a lot of great heavyweights in the heavyweight division. But the truth was, between the moment when Anthony Joshua won the heavyweight title and between Lennox Lewis's departure, heavyweight was dreadful. It was absolutely dreadful. The only top fives were David Haye and the Klitschko brothers. Everyone else weren't good. So I'm glad the heavyweights are getting back on track again. Well, the other divisions better, I'm going to be honest. Middleweight, welterweights are better, but heavyweight's still doing good. It's doing good. Now, Deontay Wilder, I think Deontay Wilder is going to fight a few bums, few just normal fighters, and that's what I think is going to go down between Deontay Wilder. Now, let's talk about this rumour, and then I'll get on with the Q&A. The questions that all of you have asked me. This rumour that I saw on the internet just a few minutes ago, before I started this video, before I began recording this video, it said that Donald Trump, who is the current president of America, this might be fake, this might be real, I don't know, but this rumour says that Donald Trump has offered a White House request to meet both Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder after seeing their rematch. I don't care what any of you say, but this is a fact. It doesn't matter if the president, it doesn't matter who the president or prime minister is. If you meet a prime minister or president, it doesn't matter what they've done for the country, it doesn't matter what they've done political wise, but we don't need to get into politics. This is boxing discussion, UFC, not politics. But I'm here to talk about Wilder and Fury meeting Donald Trump. That it would be a big deal, honestly, for both fighters. Tyson Fury definitely meeting Donald Trump, meeting the president of America, is a big, massive deal. Let's be honest. Yeah, we've had boxers in the past. It's not the first time. If you've done really well in boxing, UFC, and then you end up meeting the prime minister or royal family or president, that is a massive deal. That is really, really good. Trust me. Down in America, Muhammad Ali has met all presidents since Richard Nixon. That's what Muhammad Ali did. He's met Trump. Muhammad Ali's met all presidents since Richard Nixon. Amir Khan's met David Cameron when he opened his gym up. He met the Prince Kate Middleton lately. So this is a massive deal if Fury and Wilder meet the president. Honestly, it is. It makes boxers look good. It makes their career, what they're doing outside of boxing, really, really good. Because meeting the president and prime minister is a big big deal. Now, let's get on with the Q&A. The Q&A questions. Let's begin the Q&A questions. First question I've been asked is, who is the best heavyweight boxer today? Oh, by the way, just before I start, names are not going to be mentioned apart from one person. So, let's get on with it. The Q&A questions are, first question is, who is the best heavyweight boxer today? Tyson Fury. Come on. Seen the last fight. Saw the fight from last night. Tyson Fury absolutely destroyed Deontay Wilder. Destroyed Deontay Wilder. That is an easy answer. That is Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is the answer. He is the best heavyweight boxer today. Number 2. Do you think Anthony Joshua will beat the winner of Fury and Wilder? Nope. And the winner of Fury and Wilder is Tyson Fury. So this question was, obviously these questions have been asked before. These questions were sent before the fight happened. So the second question, do you think Anthony Joshua will be the winner of Fury and Wilder? Who turns out to be Tyson Fury? So nope, that is not going to happen. Joshua is not going to beat Fury if that fight occurs. Definitely not. Fury is going to beat Joshua. Watch, I will say it. Tyson Fury will defeat and destroy Anthony Joshua in the second fight. Number 3. Top 5 best UK fighters of all time. Number 1 goes to Joe Calzaghe. Easily. No, let me go from number 5 to number 1. Sorry about that. So, top 5 best UK fighters of all time. Number 5 goes to Ricky Hatton from Manchester. He has done great for himself. Absolutely great. I know most of his fights are in the UK, but he's for Mayweather, he's for Manny Pacquiao. That is a massive deal. He's for Mayweather and Pacquiao. He is actually doing well for himself, Ricky Hatton, and also in the ring. He was really great in his peak. But the thing that went down in Ricky Hatton's career was just his alcohol, and just when he didn't have any fights coming up, he just went out of shape. That's what led to Ricky Hatton's downhill. I think staying in shape is important. Number 4, I don't care what people say, but number 4 is going to Amir Khan. Amir Khan is number 4, the 4th best UK fighter of all time. Amir Khan, both in the ring and out of the ring, has done well for himself. I don't care what people say, oh, you're only saying Amir Khan because you're friends with him, this and that. No, I'm saying Amir Khan because he has done well for himself, both outside and inside the ring. Look at him, he's won the Olympics. Next to Lennox Lewis, he is apart from Lennox Lewis, him and Lennox Lewis, both Amir Khan and Lennox Lewis are the only British fighters to have loads of fights down in America. Loads of fights in America. So, yeah. And also, look at Amir Khan. He's for loads of great talent. He's for Maidana. He's for Crawford. He's for Canelo. The list goes on and on. He's for Marco Barra. He's for loads of great fighters. So, and also, Amir Khan, just like I said, he's had loads of fights in America. He's won the Olympics. He's done well for himself. Absolutely well. And he's made his name in the Asian community big time. So he's the very obviously he's got a lot of speed. Number 3 goes to Prince Naseem. Prince Naseem, when he was in that ring in the 90s, Prince Naseem is easily the best featherweight of all time. Let alone the UK, he's the best featherweight of all time. Prince Naseem, when he was in that ring, he would easily outsmart, outbox you. He could easily trick all your opponents. Easy. That's how talented Prince Naseem was. And, oh man, he's done. The way he outboxed his opponents was really well. Number 2 goes to Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis is the number one British fighter of all of them that's had the most fights in America. Number two is Amir Khan, but number one's Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis has done well for himself. He was the best heavyweight in the 90s. I don't care if people say he's boring, this and that. But look at all the fights Lewis has beat. He's beat the greatest of all. He's beat heavyweights in the top 10. And do you know what Lennox Lewis? He lost twice, right? Both to Oliver McCall and Naseem McMahon. What did he do? He got out and got revenge to them in rematches. Lennox Lewis got revenge against the fighters that beat him in rematches. Very few fighters can do that. Very few. Lennox Lewis was able to do that. Get revenge for fighters that beat him. And look at Lewis. Lewis, right? He beat Frank Bruno. Bruno was one of the greats in Britain. He's not in the top 5, but I would say he's in the top 10. Bruno has done. He beat Bruno, right? Frank Bruno. He beat Tommy Morrison, who is a very underrated heavyweight fighter in the 90s. I think Tommy Morrison's one of the underrated heavyweight fighters in the 90s. He beat Tommy Morrison, who was a hard, ruthless, aggressive puncher. He beat Andrew Galata, who was a great Polish fighter. I know he cheated against Riddick Mo, but still. He beat Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, who was in his peak. He beat Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson was off his peak. People can argue that. Lewis, in his last fight, in his last ever boxing fight, beat Vitaly Klitschko in his peak. Lennox Lewis defeated Vitaly Klitschko in his prime, when Klitschko was in his peak. I don't know, but that was absolutely good. So Lewis, and number one goes to Joe Calzaghe. Calzaghe is easily the best UK fighter, best British fighter of all time. He was undefeated. He is undefeated. No one has ever beaten him. And the way he fought Chris Eubank Sr., the way he fought Roy Jones Jr., Bernard Hopkins, he easily beat him. And the way he beat all his fighters, all the other fighters, was easily good. All his opponents. Now let's get on to question 4. Who's the best MMA fighter in your opinion? The answer is Khabib. Khabib is easily the best MMA fighter in my opinion. The way he goes in the ring, the way he goes in the octagon, the way he goes for the legs, submissions, everything. He does just his mindset. Khabib uses his mindset when he goes in the octagon, whoever his opponent is. And I'll get into much detail in a bit. And who's the best boxer from Bury? All I can say is Scott Quigg, because I don't know about any much other boxers or the younger line Bury. So I could just say Scott Quigg, because he's the only pro boxer from Bury. Well, the other ones, there are a couple other pros, but Scott Quigg's done most well for himself out of the others in Bury. Number 5. I'm gonna mention this guy's name, the guy who asked me the question. His name's called Jamal. He's my cousin, and he's a good guy. So this one comes from Jamal, who's from GML. Who would win in a boxing fight, Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson? Muhammad Ali, because look at Muhammad Ali in his career. When Muhammad Ali was going up against fighters like George Foreman, when Muhammad Ali was going up against Joe Frazier in the rematch, and when he was going up against George Foreman and Shavers, Muhammad Ali used his mindset. That's why Muhammad Ali beat George Foreman, because of his mentality. He wanted to make sure George Foreman would get tired so he could go for the knockout. That's why Ali won. So Ali would use the mentality if he ever fought Mike Tyson, if they fought in the ring. So I would say Muhammad Ali would win by points. And the truth is, that's Muhammad Ali in the peak. That's both fighters in that peak. Muhammad Ali in his peak and Mike Tyson in his peak. But if you talk about out of peak, it depends. If Mike Tyson's out of his peak, definitely Muhammad Ali. If Muhammad Ali's out of his peak, Mike Tyson. So, yep. It depends which versions. Number 6. Who invented the Octagon? A guy called... I did some research on this. He's called Joseph Cusson. And he invented it after watching a 1980 film called The Octagon. And why did Fury get robbed in the first fight against Deontay Wilder? because you can tell. Look at how corrupt the judges are. They're greedy for money. Why are they greedy for money? Just look at how corrupt the judges are. They easily did it for money, and just look how Fury outboxed Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury outboxed Deontay Wilder throughout the entire fight. Number 7. These are loads of questions, by the way. Number 7. What are your thoughts on Amir Khan? Amir Khan has... One sec. What are your thoughts on Amir Khan? My thoughts on Amir Khan is that he, just like I've said in the question 3, he's done well for himself. Amir Khan did well for himself he's doing well for himself now outside of boxing. He's building a wedding hall, he's doing the Aamir Khan charity event. He's still doing well for himself outside the ring. Inside the ring, it's a different story. But Amir Khan inside, let's talk about Amir Khan inside the ring. Let's forget what he's doing outside. When Amir Khan was in the boxing ring, when he was in the light welterweight division, when he was world champion, he was top number 1 fighter. He beat the greats. He beat Marcus Madden. He beat Zapchuda. He beat loads of fighters. But this is not only Amir Khan. This is for every fighter. When any boxer gets in a ring, sometimes there's a massive break. There's a massive block that gets in your way. Basically this happens to every fighter. Sometimes when a loss happens, that can destroy your career. Like Amir Khan losing to Danny Garcia and Lamont Pearson, those losses destroyed his career, and he hasn't made it to the top since, let's be honest. And loads of people have criticised him, which I think is wrong, because at the end of the day, fans need to stop criticising Amir Khan, because he's the one getting in the ring. And not only Amir Khan, just any fight in general. It's alright for you don't like him and that, but just saying, I could defeat these fighters, I could knock these fighters out, is wrong. Because at the end of the day, they're getting in the ring. If they win, they lost, they do boxing for a living. So Amir Khan now, he's trying, but he's past it. I hope Amir Khan makes it back to the top. So yeah. Question A. Why has Amir Khan got a glass chin? It's a weakness. Every boxer has a weakness. Doesn't matter how great you are. The only boxer that was perfect was Sugar, or even came closest, was Sugar Ray Robinson, who was from the 1950s, which half of you might not even know him. Sugar Ray Robinson was the only perfect boxer of all of them. The rest, every boxer has a weakness. This is why Amir Khan. So I'm answering the question why Amir Khan has a glass chin. It's because every fighter has a weakness. Look, every fighter has a weakness. Apart from losses, look, Canelo just obviously forgot a weakness for all the fights, but Wilder's weakness is speed. Deontay Wilder's weakness is speed. Tyson Fury's weakness before he fought Wilder was power. And that's what every fight's got a weakness. So why Amir Khan has a glass chin? Because it's just a weakness in boxing. Every fight's supposed to have a weakness. It doesn't matter how great you are. Question 9. How do you break through a point when you're stuck and can't progress? If you cannot progress, or if you're stuck in boxing training where you just can't if you're stuck, what you need to do is make it back. If you're stuck, right, and you can't progress, when you get up first thing in the morning, keep in your mind and your heart and think that what you want to do, just think about hitting the gym, training hard, solid, no distractions. Keep training on a daily basis. It doesn't matter What gets in the way? Work. If you're stuck at work, then train at a different time, alright? Like if work comes up or if some emergency comes up, you can train at a different time then. Train now, train a couple hours before work or train a couple hours after work, depending how you feel. So just keep training every day. Question 10. Who's your idol in boxing and why? Muhammad Ali. I got two questions from this guy. He said, who's your idol in boxing and why? My idol is Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, the way he was as a person, the way he inspired people, the way he was a great person, the way he was the way he inspired a lot of people. Listen, without Muhammad Ali, Amir Khan, boxing would be a bit shit today without Muhammad Ali. Let's be honest. Muhammad Ali has done well for both boxing and the Asian and the Islamic and the African community. He's done well for all communities. That's how good Muhammad Ali was. He inspired loads of people. He's inspired me, inspired everyone. He inspired loads of people that steps in the boxing ring. If you ask anyone, some people's favourite fighters are either Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson. Mine is Muhammad Ali. And how do you get ready for boxing and in your daily routine for getting a good physique? My daily routine is basically just eat healthy, have a good diet, train hard, train solid, come up with a routine so you can put work, YouTube, revising, gym, come up with a really good routine and get prepared for a routine. Sleep early, that's what you need to do. Question 11, best way to improve fitness. Best way to improve fitness is if you get distracted and you somehow just gain weight and gain extra and you just lose lose that weight and start sprinting and start doing cardio work to lose that weight. If you don't like cardio, then just do running. I don't like cardio, I'm gonna be honest. I'll go to the gym sometimes. I need to start going to gym again. I'll go to the gym and I don't like cardio. So instead, if I do running or jogging or sprinting, that's what I do. Outdoors, before I go to the gym. That's what I do. Instead of cardio, because I don't like cardio myself, to be honest. Question 12. How has boxing impacted you? When I did boxing 3 years ago as training, I did boxing because I originally wanted to do it as a career, but obviously I didn't want it after. I just wanted to do it as a career. But now I wanted to do it as a career. That's what I did. But obviously, we know that where that went. Question 13. Who's your favorite boxing UFC fighter today? My favorite boxer is Canelo. Canelo has destroyed many great talent. He's defeated loads of good talent. And Canelo, do you know the thing with Canelo? Before he fought Mayweather, it was such a good mistake. It's good to make mistakes in boxing. And Canelo's best mistake in his career was when he fought Mayweather. Because when he fought Mayweather, after the fight, Canelo learns from his mistakes and he corrected those mistakes as a way to defeat all the other fighters that he fought afterwards. And my favorite UFC fighter today is Khabib. The way he beats his opponents, the way his techniques are, it's just great. Question 14 is, what made you start boxing and UFC channel, and what made you start MMA training? What made me start the boxing UFC channel is that I just want to, basically there's a channel I watch on wrestling, for wrestling and that, called JD from NY206 and Solar Monster. I watch those videos, and the way JD talks about, I know he gets angry all the time quickly with wrestling, but with some of the people, but the way JD mentions, the way he goes through reviews, the way he talks about what's ahead of wrestling or the WWE was great. Just the way he talks about his opinion is just the way he thinks it was great. And Solar Monster's a great wrestling. That's why I'm doing this channel, because of them. That's why, because they inspired me. The way their intelligence, basically JD's. I know people, not many people don't like him because of his rounds, but yeah. What made you start MMA training? What made me start MMA training is that um, I want to do it as a hobby. I'm gonna be honest. I want to do MMA as a MMA training as a hobby. That's what I want to do. I want to do MMA training as a hobby, and I want to also do. I want to do MMA training as a hobby, and I just want to do it to learn self-defense and learn techniques. So just do it as a hobby. That's the answer. Question 15. Who's your favorite boxing UFC fighter of all time? My favorite boxer of all time goes to Muhammad Ali. His intelligence, the way he fought, before the fight, the way he outsmarted, outboxed fights. Look, there's many examples. When Muhammad Ali fought Ernie Terrell, no, all them years ago, when Muhammad Ali fought Sonny Liston, long time ago. Muhammad Ali, even thought Liston was gonna win. Ali beat Liston, and when Liston blinded Ali at one point in the fight. Sorry about that. When Ali blinded Liston in the fight, Ali easily recovered, and Ali could have said no, but he carried on the fight and he beat Sonny Liston. And when Ali fought in Israel, when Israel called Muhammad Ali Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali could have knocked him out, but Ali decided to punish him throughout the fight. Muhammad Ali fought George Foreman, everyone thought George Foreman was going to win. But look how Ali used his intelligence, the rope-a-dope. He used his intelligence to make George Foreman tired and knock him out. So Muhammad Ali is my favourite boxer of all time, and the way he inspired people is great. And my favourite UFC fighter of all time goes to Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva was just a great fighter. He was a top fighter. Really great. His techniques was great, and loads of things about him was great. Number 16 is question 16 is, what did you thought about Tyson Fury defeating Deontay Wilder, and why is Terence Crawford better than Amir Khan? Tyson Fury defeating Deontay Wilder is great. I wanted Fury to win. I didn't want Wilder to win. I wanted Fury to win, and I wanted Fury to win and beat Wilder. I wanted Fury to beat the heavyweight king, and that's what's happened. And why is Terence Crawford better than Amir Khan? Because Crawford's in his peak, Amir Khan's past his peak. I'm gonna be honest. Just sometimes in boxing and life, you past him. You just can't. You can't make it to the top anymore, or you struggle to make it to the top anymore. Someone gets in the way, keeps distracting you. And question 17, best UFC knockout scene. This is the final question, guys. Don't worry. Question 17, best UFC knockout scene. What boxing fight I want to see next? Chris Weidman knocked out, KO'd Anderson Silva in July 2013. That was the best UFC knockout of all time. Easily. The way Anderson Silva got knocked out, the way that knockout happened was spectacular. And what boxing fight do I want to see next? This is with Amir Khan. I want to see him fight a few opponents and then fight once. With Amir Khan, I'd like to see him fight a few opponents here and there, have a good couple warm-up fights, and then Amir Khan can just have a couple more big fights and maybe have a couple more shots at trying to regain the world title. I'm always backing Amir Khan. I am always. And without Tyson Fury could have a couple warm-up fights, then fight. Tyson Fury could fight Dylan White, then he could fight Anthony Joshua. And that's it. So guys, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch up with all of you later. Thanks for watching.